I met someone who knows everything about you, and suddenly, all the secrets you thought were safe feel exposed to the light. They know your fears, your dreams, your scars, and yet they stay, watching, understanding, and never judging. Every hidden thought, every unspoken desire, they hold it like a sacred truth, and it terrifies me how effortlessly they see you. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it's like they've read every chapter of your life without touching the pages. Your laughter, your pain, your quiet moments. I wonder if they see you more clearly than you see yourself. They know the places you run to hide, the words you've buried, and still they chase you with gentle curiosity. Everything you've tried to conceal is an open book to them, and somehow that makes you feel both naked and safe. I met someone who knows everything about you, and I can't decide if it's a blessing or a curse for my heart. They see the parts of you that even mirrors refuse to reflect, and it shakes the foundation of everything you believed about intimacy. Your past, your regrets, your quiet victories, they hold them without prejudice, as if carrying a fragile truth you feared losing. They know your favorite lies, the stories you tell yourself, and they don't flinch. They just watch and understand. I met someone who knows everything about you, and in their gaze, your deepest fear feel acknowledged rather than ridiculed. It's frightening how quickly they recognize the patterns of your heart, the unspoken rhythms of your mind. They know the shadows you hide, even from yourself, and somehow that knowledge doesn't push them away. It pulls them closer. I met someone who knows everything about you, and suddenly silence feels louder, more intimate, and impossibly charged. They remember the moments you forgot, the people you've lost, the love you thought you buried. They remember it all. I met someone who knows everything about you, and I realized I've never seen anyone love someone so fully without conditions. They hold your chaos as if it's sacred, your contradictions as if they are poetry, and your heart feels seen in ways it never has. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it's terrifying how quickly they become indispensable to the spaces you never show anyone. They know your weaknesses, your regrets, and your silent victories, and yet they stay patient, loving, and entirely present. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it's a strange kind of intimacy where trust feels like both a weapon and a shield. They know the way your mind twists, the way your heart trembles, the way your soul hides, and it's mesmerizing to witness everything you've ever feared being discovered. They've already discovered, and somehow it doesn't hurt. It feels like understanding. I met someone who knows everything about you, And I can't tell if they love you more for your flaws or in spite of them. They remember the words you never said, the moments you tried to erase, the truths you ran from, and they hold them gently. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it makes you question whether anyone has ever truly known you before. They see the broken pieces, the hidden sparks, and the quiet corners of your mind, and treat every part as precious. I met someone who knows everything about you, and suddenly your life doesn't feel so lonely anymore. They know the battles you've fought in silence, the storms you've endured quietly, and they honor every scar with reverence. I met someone who knows everything about you, and the thought of their understanding feels heavier than your deepest fears. They know your laughter that hides pain, your smiles that hide tears, and still they cherish every fragment of you. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it's intoxicating to realize someone finally sees through all your masks. They know the moments that broke you, the words that healed you, and the silence that taught you to survive. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it's like finding a lighthouse in the storm of your mind. They know the softest parts of you, the ones you keep under lock and key, and they handle them with unmatched care. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it makes your heart ache in ways you didn't expect. They understand your fears without needing explanations, your love without needing proofs, and your soul without needing validation. I met someone who knows everything about you, and suddenly every pretense, every facade, every lie you told feels unnecessary. They know the stories you hide from yourself, the dreams you abandoned, and they somehow make those things feel alive again. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it's a terrifying, beautiful collision of intimacy and vulnerability. They know your favorite escapes, your guilty pleasures, your unspoken obsessions, and they embrace them without judgment. I met someone who knows everything about you, and their voice carries your name like it's a secret only heaven should hear. They speak of you with a tenderness I've never heard before, as if they've memorized your soul's rhythm. I met someone who knows everything about you, and in their eyes, I saw the reflection of your past, unfiltered and raw. They know the way your silence feels heavier than any scream, and they still choose to listen. I met someone who knows everything about you, and now I can't tell if they're your guardian or your ghost. They describe your pain like they've lived it, your dreams like they've dreamt them beside you. I met someone who knows everything about you, and every detail they whispered made me feel like I was intruding on your heartbeat. They've seen your light, your darkness, your storms, and somehow they're still standing in the rain, waiting for you. I met someone who knows everything about you, and for a moment, It felt like meeting a memory I didn't know I missed. They spoke of your smile with reverence, as if it once saved their life. I met someone who knows everything about you, and now I understand why the universe never lets certain souls stay hidden. They recited your favorite words, the ones you've never said out loud, and my soul trembled at the familiarity. I met someone who knows everything about you, and the way they look at me makes me feel like they're guarding a sacred truth. They've witnessed your rage, your softness, your fears, and they still believe in your goodness. I met someone who knows everything about you, and I'm not sure whether to envy their closeness or fear it. They talk about you with such certainty, as if your soul personally trusted them with every hidden chapter. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it made me realize how little I ever truly did. They've studied your silences like poetry, your pain like scripture, and your love like prophecy. I met someone who knows everything about you, and suddenly, every lie you told me makes haunting sense. They remember things you've never spoken aloud, and their words pierce like lightning through the fog of my doubts. I met someone who knows everything about you, and they made me see your name differently, like a story still being written. They spoke of your heart as if it's something fragile, something divine, something the world never deserved. I met someone who knows everything about you, and I could feel the devotion dripping from every word they said. They told me your fears without hesitation, and I felt the weight of your unspoken prayers pressing against my chest. I met someone who knows everything about you, and suddenly my curiosity turned into quiet reverence. They described your laughter like sunlight through stained glass, something that heals even when it hurts to look at. I met someone who knows everything about you, and their memories feel like pieces of your soul scattered through time. They've seen your lowest moments, and still, they call you divine. That's how I knew their love was real. I met someone who knows everything about you, and now I understand why you've never needed to explain yourself. They spoke of your name like a prayer, trembling and holy, as if it still echoed inside their bones. I met someone who knows everything about you, and their words felt like touching a wound that still bleeds love. They know the reasons behind your silence, and somehow they forgive you for all of them. I met someone who knows everything about you, and I could feel how deeply you've been both loved and broken. They said your name like it was home, and for a second, I envied how safe you made them feel. I met someone who knows everything about you, and I couldn't tell if they were warning me or missing you. They carry your memories like sacred relics, refusing to let the world forget who you truly are. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it scared me how much of their story still belongs to you. They spoke about you like a storm they survived, yet secretly wished would return. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it broke me how their voice still trembled, saying your name. They remember your laughter in rooms that no longer hold your echo, and they still wait for it. I met someone who knows everything about you, and for a moment, I saw the version of you that only love remembers. They spoke of the nights you cried alone, and it felt like watching a movie I wasn't meant to see. I met someone who knows everything about you, and I realized how powerfully one soul can shape another. They've forgiven you for things you never apologized for, and that forgiveness lives quietly in their eyes. I met someone who knows everything about you, and it felt like standing in front of your shadow and seeing the light behind it. They told me stories about your kindness, the kind that left invisible marks on people's hearts.